Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to my channel. It's Sunday morning. Hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to be talking about something rather controversial, but there's a point to it, so stick with me. Now, I'm sure over the last couple of days we've all heard about the Spanish publication, the Spanish journalist that has come out and said that during Princess Catherine's operation, at some point something went wrong and she had to have been put into an induced coma to recover. And I mean, 2 weeks in the hospital. Granted, she's royal, they're pampered, they get anything they want. But really, 2 weeks in the hospital after any kind of surgery seems like a lot, And so the possibility that there could have been some kind of complication with the surgery, that's not unusual. And if something like that happened, indeed, she would have more time to fully recover. And now, we say, oh, we're not going to speculate and she should have her privacy. But, there's been all kinds, for them all saying that, there's been all kinds of speculation. So, I mean, I've heard everything from hysterectomy to hip replacement, both surgeries of which would allow or need a substantial amount of recovery time. I've heard psychic attacks, demonic attacks. Anything is possible. It really is. Excuse me. Anything is possible. We don't know what it is. So, of course, there's all kinds of speculation out there. But the fact that she was 2 weeks in hospital, as some are reporting, if indeed she's been released, and we're not going to see her till at least after Easter, 6-8 weeks from that. That's a substantial chunk of time for her to be out of the public eye. So it does make you wonder. Now, back to this Spanish publication that said that she was put in an induced coma. Now what they're reporting, and you know how you do. You're looking on your YouTube, you're looking at information, and I should have saved it all. I'm still going to try to find it, but I'm going to talk about it because if you want, you might be able to find it yourself. I came across a video, and the guy was, I don't know, could have been Spanish, could have been, any number of nationalities. He didn't seem to be Caucasian. That's, I'm not sure where he's from or how it was sourced. But anyway, what he was reporting, and he had some, and I can't remember his name, who knows? Conspiracy theory, strap on your foil hat. Maybe it's already been scrubbed from the internet. But anyway, what this guy was saying was that those reports were indeed true and that there's more, and that indeed she had been admitted to the hospital, I think, on the 28th of December, earlier than they had reported. And then he had some very compelling photographs, which I haven't been able to verify because I haven't been able to find them again. I mean, this was 24 hours ago, and now I can't find it anywhere on the internet. And I thought I saved it, or at least took a screenshot, and I can't find them. But he had a screenshot about the back of the hospital there. They had a couple of royal cars and then a van, like a black van. And he claims all the license plates are royal license plates. I didn't get a screenshot. I don't know, and I don't know what a royal license plate is designated as, but I suppose that is something that you could find out, right? If this looks foul, it's just a bottle of water, and I've got my morning herbs. I take a lot of vitamins and supplements, and they're all shaken up in there, and I drink this horrible potion every morning, and that's all that is. But anyway, no, he was saying, okay, if this is how they're removing her from why does she need a van? Does she need a van that's fit with a wheelchair? Does she need a van that they can put a gurney in because she can't sit up? Who knows? And now he was saying there's something like 5 different entrances to the hospital. And at that time, because he knew journalists that were there, they had said there was big canopies over every entrance, so you couldn't see who was coming out or who was going in. Like the whole thing was covered, so you couldn't tell from the vantage point of the journalists. I guess there had been people parked out there trying to get the shot, of her leaving, or Prince William coming, or any coming and goings indeed. And that's what he said. He said 2 royal cars, one in front and one behind of a big black van. And he did have a photograph of it, and you could see the license plate. So I guess if you could check, and as he said, they were royal vehicles. Now, I don't know. But it makes you think, why would she need to leave in a van? That's either a wheelchair or a gurney, as far as I'm concerned, because otherwise she wouldn't need a van. And now, the main point of this interview, video is, as I like to do, I like to sort of expose a little bit of truth, a little bit of what really goes on, so we can put some critical thinking towards everything we're seeing with the royal family. Now, the thing that I'm taking away from all of this is the quick response from the palace, the quick response from all the royal pundits that are on all the news shows and talk shows. We know them all, we see them all, and their articles in the daily publications. They're all saying, this is rubbish. What a pack of lies. This is horrible. Shame on that person. I saw one newscaster on one British newscaster, that journalist that wrote the original story of her being in an induced coma should have her journalistic credentials stripped of her. Like, cancel this woman. The same people that are screaming about cancel culture and how Meghan's destroyed people's careers, those same people are saying this journalist should be shut down and stripped of all credibility for even uttering anything like this. So the response, it's like hitting a flea with a sledgehammer. They're coming down hard. They do not want this story to have legs. My experience with that video, and damn it, I should have taken the screenshot and everything, and I can't find it now. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's been scrubbed from the internet. Who knows? If those were real palace cars. Who knows? But the point of it all is, if it's true, and if the palace is in extreme damage control mode to suppress information like this getting out. If that is the case, I tell you, I really wouldn't be surprised, because it has happened over and over and over again over the years. The palace, in cooperation and coordinating with the government and the press, has suppressed, squelched stories in print, in books, on newscasts, journalists. There's been many occasions, and I'll give you some examples, that the palace has not let the British public know what's going on, even though the reports are, internationally. Like, I've talked about things I know about that have been reported here in Canada that were never reported in Britain. For example, even going back to Wallace and Edward, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, and the whole abdication scandal and that whole thing, by the time he was crowned king, him and Wallace had been having an affair for 4 years. It was known around the world. Pictures were published in France and in America. And everyone knew, the British elite knew, the British public didn't, because the palace and the press and the government of Britain absolutely did not allow pictures or press or any information at all to get out to the British public. And this is why it was such an uproar when things came to a head. Like, the British public didn't know anything about it till about a week before the abdication. That's why it was such a shock to the British public. Everybody else around the world knew what was going on. That was a big thing. Think back to how Charles and Diana and all of their marital woes. The press knew about them. They're talking now, they'll talk about it. The press knew about them. It was written around the world. Everybody knew, but they still, the palace, the press, the media still promoted the fairy story. Till 1992, and things all fell apart, and there was no way back then, But more recently, we know there's a super injunction hiding a lot of information from one of our notorious ex-royals. That's going to come due soon. And that's why there's all this chatter about stuff coming out, because everybody knows everything, but they haven't been allowed to say it. The palace, I've done one video, one of the Who's Your Daddy videos, and it's about Princess Anne. Let me find it here so I can tell you the title of it. I can't remember. Anyway, they suppressed that story too, and they had, in this video, they had a palace reporter. Sorry, I'm just looking. In this video, there was a palace reporter. I'll bring up her name. I'll find the darn thing. Okay, you may find it. Here we go. Yes. Who is Peter Cross? A royal historian weighs in. That's the video of mine that you want to look just to confirm what I'm going to say here now. Another huge story in the 70s that the palace, the press, and the parliament absolutely suppressed in Britain was indeed the fact that Princess Anne, who was married to Peter Phillips at the time, or was it Mark Phillips, the father, anyway, Mark Phillips, anyhow, she had an affair with her personal protection officer, whom they played it out in the series in The Crown, where the Queen found out and had him sent away, and indeed that's what happened. He was sent out of the country on another assignment. Subsequently, him and Princess Anne kept up correspondence for years. Now, there is rumor, more than rumor, I mean, it was published in America, that he was actually the father of Zara Phillips. It was widely reported. And in this video, who is Peter Cross, that was the royal protection agent, father of Zara Phillips. In this video of mine, I have a royal reporter on video saying that of all the rumors of the royal family and scuttlebutt and everything, this is the one that she believes most truly to be true, and how widely it was reported at the time. And in America, Peter Cross actually had written a book and done some interviews. I mean, none of this was ever heard about in Britain. And there's a situation right now. There's a guy, he's an author, he's done books on other royals in the past. He's trying to do a book right now, and he was doing a lot of freedom of information requests for palace records and things like that. And he's having a hell of a time. They don't want to release these documents. They don't want to have any of his information verified. And they would have you believe the palace has no power. They would have you believe, the monarchy is just a tourist attraction, right? They have the power, the palace has the power to suppress, working with the government and the press, to suppress whatever they want. And they've done it in the past, and they've done it over again. So all I'm saying is, all this controversy about what's really going on with the Princess of Wales, Catherine, all the things we don't know, pictures of vans, 2 weeks in the hospital, 3 months recovery, what's going on? We may never know, but I am almost damn guaranteed convinced that this is another case of the palace, the press, and the parliament working together to hide the truth. Have a great day, everybody. I'd love to hear your comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Like, subscribe, share this video, and have a great day. Bye for now.